Every single day, the words we tell ourselves shape our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The way we speak to ourselves can either lift us up or hold us back. Imagine starting each day with powerful, positive affirmations that fuel your confidence, resilience, and purpose. In this speech, I'm going to share 9 powerful things you should tell yourself every single day, words that will inspire you, push you forward, and remind you of your strength no matter what challenges come your way. Because the truth is, the most important conversation you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. So let's dive in and start filling our minds with the motivation we deserve. I am enough is more than just a mantra. It's a powerful affirmation that can change your entire outlook on life. So many of us struggle with self-doubt, feelings of inadequacy, and the constant pressure to be something more, something different than we already are. We often compare ourselves to others, measure our worth by external achievements, and fall into the trap of believing we need to be flawless or perfect in order to matter. But the truth is, you are enough just as you are. You do not need to be anyone else, and you do not need to constantly strive for validation from the outside world. Your value is inherent, and it cannot be measured by external standards or fleeting moments of success. Saying I am enough is not about arrogance or complacency. It's about accepting yourself with all your strengths and flaws. It's about acknowledging that you are worthy of love, respect, and success regardless of where you are in life or what you have or haven't accomplished yet. We live in a world that often pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more. Social media, the workplace, and even our own families sometimes reinforce the idea that we are only as good as our latest accomplishment. But this mindset keeps us in a constant state of dissatisfaction and anxiety. It's a never-ending chase for something that always seems just out of reach. When you believe that I am enough, you break free from this cycle of self-criticism and begin to accept that your inherent worth is not tied to what you do, but to who you are. It's also essential to understand that believing you are enough is not about giving up on growth or improvement. We all have room for development, learning, and refining our skills. But when you say, I am enough, you stop placing your worth on a never-ending checklist of goals or on the opinions of others. You recognize that growth is a natural part of life, but it does not define your value as a person. You are not just your achievements, your job title, or your social status. You are more than that. You are a unique individual with your own experiences, insights, and perspective, and that alone makes you worthy of respect and appreciation. For many people, this concept can be difficult to embrace because of the deeply ingrained belief that we have to constantly prove ourselves. We often measure our worth by how much we accomplish or how much we are praised by others. But in reality, our worth is not determined by external factors. It's defined by our intrinsic qualities, our compassion, our ability to learn, our resilience, and our capacity for growth. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that we have to be perfect in order to be accepted or loved. However, perfection is an illusion, and it's a burden that no one can bear. Embracing the idea that I am enough means accepting that mistakes are a part of life and they do not diminish your value. Rather, they are opportunities for growth and learning. When you adopt the mindset of being enough, you start to stop seeking external validation as the primary source of your self-worth. Many of us live our lives seeking approval from our friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers on social media. We find ourselves constantly measuring our success by how others perceive us. But the truth is, other people's opinions do not define who you are. Your worth is not dependent on someone else's judgment. When you tell yourself, I am enough, you shift your focus from seeking approval to embracing your own inner wisdom and confidence. You begin to trust yourself, your decisions, and your abilities without constantly seeking external affirmation. Another powerful aspect of saying, I am enough, is that it allows you to let go of the pressure to be perfect. Perfectionism can be paralyzing. It can prevent you from taking action because you are constantly afraid of making mistakes or falling short of your own impossible standards. Perfectionism often leads to procrastination, self-doubt, and frustration because it sets up an unrealistic and unattainable goal. But when you believe that you are enough as you are, you free yourself from the chains of perfectionism. You allow yourself to take imperfect action and learn along the way. This mindset shift allows you to approach life with a sense of curiosity and acceptance rather than fear and self-criticism. Saying, I am enough, also encourages you to prioritize self-care and self-compassion. Too often we are our own harshest critics. We constantly focus on our shortcomings and areas where we feel we fall short. This negative self-talk can be incredibly damaging to our mental and emotional health. When we tell ourselves that we are enough, we begin to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend or loved one. We learn to forgive ourselves for past mistakes, to be patient with ourselves in times of struggle, and to celebrate our progress rather than focusing solely on what we haven't accomplished yet. One of the most profound effects of saying, I am enough, is that it helps you to break free from the cycle of comparison. In today's world, it's so easy to compare ourselves to others, whether it's on social media, in the workplace, or even within our social circles. We often measure our progress and success against someone else's, which only creates feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. However, when you recognize that you are enough, you stop comparing yourself to others. You understand that everyone has their own unique journey, and your path is just as valid and meaningful as anyone else's. You begin to embrace your individuality, knowing that you don't need to be like anyone else to be worthy of success and happiness. The power of saying, I am enough, is transformative because it shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. When you believe you are enough, you recognize that you already have everything within you to create the life you want. You stop focusing on what's missing or what you think you lack, and instead you begin to see the limitless potential within yourself. You realize that you don't have to keep striving for more or chasing after external markers of success in order to feel whole. You are whole, exactly as you are right now. And this realization opens up a world of possibility where you can pursue your goals with confidence, knowing that you are already worthy of success, love, and fulfillment. Embracing the belief that I am enough is a practice that requires patience and self-compassion. It's not always easy, and it won't happen overnight. There will be days when you question your worth, when self-doubt creeps in, or when you feel like you're falling short. But on those days, remind yourself that you are enough, just as you are. Your value is not dependent on your achievements, your mistakes, or the opinions of others. It is intrinsic and immutable. You are enough, and you always have been. I have the power to overcome challenges is a belief that can transform the way you approach life. Challenges are inevitable. Life is filled with moments of difficulty, uncertainty, and adversity that can make us feel as though we are being tested beyond our limits. Yet how we respond to those challenges shapes our experiences and determines how far we can go in life. By affirming to yourself, I have the power to overcome challenges, you are not only recognizing your own inner strength, but also creating a mindset that empowers you to face life's obstacles with confidence and resilience. Challenges often come in many forms: personal struggles, professional setbacks, health issues, financial difficulties, relationship troubles, or any number of unexpected curveballs. These challenges can often feel overwhelming, and when faced with such circumstances, it's easy to feel helpless, defeated, or unsure of how to proceed. However, it's important to understand that the power to overcome challenges lies not in the avoidance of adversity, but in how you choose to face it. Life will not always be easy, and obstacles will arise. But it's in these moments that your true power shines. Believing that you have the power to overcome challenges allows you to take ownership of your circumstances rather than feeling like a victim of them. This mindset shift is essential for personal growth. Instead of focusing on how difficult or impossible the challenge may seem, start by recognizing that you have the ability to face it head on. This doesn't mean that you will always have immediate solutions or that you won't encounter setbacks along the way. Overcoming challenges is often a process, not an instant result. But by affirming that you have the power to do so, you are giving yourself permission to step into that process with courage and perseverance. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and become stronger. One of the most powerful aspects of believing you can overcome challenges is the shift it creates in your mindset. Often, when we face adversity, our initial reaction is fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and fear of not being able to handle the situation can paralyze us and prevent us from moving forward. This fear can cloud our judgment and make us feel like we are trapped in a cycle of frustration and helplessness. However, when you embrace the belief that you have the power to overcome challenges, fear begins to lose its grip on you. Instead of running away from the challenge, you learn to face it with curiosity and determination. You start to see the obstacle not as an insurmountable wall, but as a stepping stone to greater growth and wisdom. The key to overcoming challenges often lies in the way you frame them. When you see challenges as obstacles that are beyond your control, they can seem like insurmountable forces that will crush you. But when you reframe challenges as opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery, you change the narrative. You begin to see that challenges are not roadblocks, but part of the natural ebb and flow of life. In fact, the greatest successes often arise from the greatest challenges. The most resilient individuals are those who have faced adversity, learned from it, and emerged stronger than before. In facing challenges, it's important to remember that you don't have to have all the answers right away. Overcoming challenges doesn't mean having a perfect solution or a clear path forward from the start. Often, the process of navigating through a difficult time is messy and uncertain. It involves trial and error, learning from mistakes, and sometimes taking a step back to reassess your approach. But the key is to keep moving forward, even if that means taking small steps at a time. When you tell yourself, I have the power to overcome challenges, you are reaffirming your ability to keep going, even when the path ahead is unclear. It's about embracing the journey and trusting that with persistence and adaptability you will find a way. One of the most empowering aspects of believing in your power to overcome challenges is the realization that you are not alone in this journey. Everyone faces challenges in life. No one is exempt from hardship, no matter how successful or accomplished they may appear. This understanding allows you to embrace the idea that seeking support from others is not a sign of weakness, but a tool for growth. Whether it's through friends, family, mentors, or professional resources, reaching out for support can help you gain new perspectives, access valuable insights, and build the emotional strength necessary to keep pushing forward. It also reminds you that you do not have to navigate challenges in isolation. Resilience is a key component of overcoming challenges. Resilience is not simply about bouncing back from setbacks, but about adapting to the circumstances and emerging stronger. It's about learning how to navigate through difficulties with grace and determination, even when things feel overwhelming. Developing resilience is a process that requires patience and self-compassion, It involves learning to trust yourself, knowing that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Resilience is built over time through experience, reflection, and consistent effort. By reminding yourself that you have the power to overcome challenges, you are reinforcing your own resilience and creating a foundation for success, no matter what obstacles you may face. The power to overcome challenges also comes from your ability to stay focused on the bigger picture. It's easy to become bogged down by the immediate pressures of a situation and lose sight of your long-term goals and aspirations. However, when you keep your vision clear and your purpose at the forefront, the challenges you face become easier to manage. This is because your challenges no longer feel like random events or insurmountable problems, but rather as part of a larger journey toward your goals. The road to success is rarely a straight path. There will be twists, turns, and detours. But by reminding yourself that you have the power to overcome challenges, you stay connected to your purpose and keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. It's also important to remember that overcoming challenges is not about avoiding discomfort. In fact, discomfort is often a sign that you are growing. Whether it's physical, emotional, or mental discomfort, facing challenges requires you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. This discomfort can be difficult, but it is often in these moments of challenge that we experience the greatest growth. When you tell yourself, "I have the power to overcome challenges," you are acknowledging that discomfort is part of the process. You are giving yourself permission to experience the discomfort without being overwhelmed by it. You recognize that the discomfort is temporary, but the strength and wisdom you gain from overcoming challenges will last a lifetime. Finally, when you adopt the mindset that you have the power to overcome challenges, you begin to see setbacks as part of the process rather than the end of the road. Every challenge is an opportunity to refine your skills, learn new strategies, and build resilience. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, you begin to see them as valuable lessons that contribute to your growth and success. The ability to overcome challenges does not come from avoiding failure, but from learning how to rise after each fall. It is through perseverance, self-belief, and a commitment to growth that we ultimately conquer life's greatest challenges. "I choose positivity and growth" is a powerful statement that has the ability to transform the way you experience life. The way you think and perceive the world around you shapes your actions, emotions, and overall well-being. Every day you are faced with countless choices. And one of the most important choices you can make is deciding to focus on positivity and growth rather than negativity and stagnation. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable, but your mindset determines how you navigate through the ups and downs. By choosing positivity, you create a mental space that allows you to handle difficulties with resilience, gratitude, and hope. By choosing growth, you commit to learning, evolving, and becoming the best version of yourself, despite obstacles that may come your way. Positivity does not mean ignoring difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It means approaching life with a perspective that allows you to see the good even in difficult situations. It means looking for lessons in failures, finding silver linings in challenges, and refusing to let negativity control your outlook. There are moments when negativity seems like the easier choice. When things don't go as planned, when setbacks happen, or when you're surrounded by discouraging circumstances, it's tempting to give in to frustration, fear, or doubt. But choosing positivity is an act of strength. It means refusing to be defined by external circumstances and instead taking control of your thoughts and emotions. Your thoughts shape your reality. When you focus on positivity, you train your mind to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You begin to attract more positive experiences because your energy is aligned with growth and possibility. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can I grow through this experience?" This shift in perspective changes everything. It allows you to remain solution-oriented rather than problem-thinkished. It helps you build emotional resilience because you start to believe that challenges are not setbacks, but stepping stones toward greater strength and wisdom. Choosing positivity also affects the way you interact with others. When you cultivate a positive mindset, you naturally uplift those around you. Your energy becomes contagious, inspiring people to adopt a similar perspective. This doesn't mean you will never have bad days or moments of frustration, but it means you develop the ability to bounce back more quickly. Instead of dwelling on negativity, you learn to acknowledge difficult emotions, process them, and then move forward with a renewed sense of optimism. You begin to surround yourself with people who encourage growth rather than those who feed into negativity. You become more mindful of the conversations you engage in, the content you consume, and the energy you allow into your life. Growth is an essential part of choosing positivity, because positivity without growth can lead to complacency. Choosing growth means understanding that you are constantly evolving. It means seeking out opportunities to learn, improve, and challenge yourself. Growth is not always comfortable, and it often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone. It may involve facing fears, taking risks, and making mistakes. But every mistake and failure is an opportunity to learn and become stronger. When you commit to growth, you stop seeing challenges as things that hold you back, and instead view them as experiences that propel you forward. You become more adaptable, more confident, and more willing to embrace change. One of the most important aspects of choosing growth is adopting a mindset that sees failure as a teacher rather than an enemy. Many people fear failure so much that they avoid trying new things altogether. They stay in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks because they don't want to experience setbacks. But growth requires stepping into the unknown. It requires embracing the fact that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of the journey toward success. Every successful person has encountered failure along the way. What separates those who achieve great things from those who remain stuck is their ability to learn from setbacks and keep moving forward. Growth also means being willing to unlearn limiting beliefs that have held you back. Many of the negative thoughts we carry are not our own. They were given to us by society, past experiences, or other people's opinions. If you've been told that you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough, you may have internalized those beliefs without even realizing it. Choosing growth means questioning those limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones. It means recognizing that you are not defined by your past or by what others think of you. You have the power to redefine yourself, set new standards, and create a future that aligns with your highest potential. Another important aspect of growth is self-reflection. When you choose growth, you become more aware of your thoughts, behaviors, and patterns. You start to ask yourself meaningful questions. What habits are helping me grow, and what habits are holding me back? How can I challenge myself to become better? What fears are keeping me from reaching my full potential? This level of self-awareness allows you to make intentional choices that align with your goals and values. It also helps you develop emotional intelligence, which improves your relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. Choosing positivity and growth requires consistency. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's a daily practice. Every day you have a choice in how you respond to situations, how you treat yourself, and how you interact with the world around you. Some days will be easier than others, but the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, you begin to notice that you handle challenges with more ease, that you recover from setbacks more quickly, and that you approach life with a greater sense of purpose and confidence. Surrounding yourself with positivity and growth-minded individuals also plays a crucial role in reinforcing this mindset. The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes. If you are surrounded by negativity, doubt, and fear, it becomes much harder to maintain a positive and growth-focused mindset. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be better, you naturally absorb that energy. You begin to see that growth is possible, that setbacks are temporary, and that success is within reach. Another way to reinforce positivity and growth is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. When you take the time to appreciate the things you have, no matter how small, you create a mindset that attracts more positivity into your life. Even in difficult times, there is always something to be grateful for. Whether it's the support of a loved one, a lesson learned from a challenging experience, or the simple fact that you have another day to grow and improve. Gratitude keeps you grounded in a positive perspective. Choosing positivity and growth is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging life's difficulties while refusing to let them define you. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your mindset, take control of your growth, and create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Every day is an opportunity to choose positivity over negativity, growth over stagnation, and strength over fear. It's about making the conscious decision to become a better version of yourself, no matter what life throws your way. I am in control of my own happiness is a powerful affirmation that shifts the responsibility for joy and fulfillment back into your own hands. Too often, people search for happiness in external sources, relationships, success, material possessions, or the approval of others. While these things can bring moments of joy, they are not reliable or sustainable sources of lasting happiness. The truth is that happiness is an internal state, and you have the ability to cultivate it regardless of your circumstances. When you accept that you are in control of your own happiness, you free yourself from the belief that your well-being is dependent on things outside of you. You begin to realize that happiness is a choice, a mindset, and a practice that you can nurture every single day. Taking control of your happiness starts with self-awareness. It requires understanding what truly brings you joy and fulfillment, rather than what society or others tell you should make you happy. Many people spend their lives chasing things that they believe will bring happiness, only to find themselves feeling empty once they achieve them. This happens because they have not taken the time to define happiness on their own terms. When you are in control of your happiness, you stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect job, or the perfect relationship to bring you joy. Instead, you recognize that happiness exists in the present moment, in the choices you make daily, and in the perspective you choose to adopt. Happiness is deeply connected to gratitude. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you begin to shift your mindset toward appreciation. Gratitude trains your mind to see the good in every situation, no matter how small. It allows you to find joy in the little things. A kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, the warmth of a cup of coffee in the morning. When you practice gratitude consistently, you begin to realize that happiness is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. Even in difficult times, there is always something to be grateful for. And by focusing on those things, you cultivate a sense of peace and contentment that is not easily shaken by external circumstances. One of the biggest obstacles to happiness is the belief that it is dependent on other people. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that a certain person's love, approval, or validation will complete you. But relying on others for happiness gives away your power. People can bring joy to your life, but they cannot be responsible for your happiness. When you expect others to make you happy, you set yourself up for disappointment because no one else can fulfill you in the way that you can fulfill yourself. True happiness comes from within, and when you take ownership of it, you free yourself from the emotional ups and downs that come with seeking validation from others. Happiness is also a byproduct of self-care. When you prioritize your mental, emotional, and physical well-being, you create a strong foundation for lasting happiness. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. When you neglect yourself, it becomes easy to feel drained, irritable, and unfulfilled. But when you take time to rest, nourish your body, engage in activities that bring you joy, and set boundaries with those who drain your energy, you cultivate a state of happiness that is not easily disrupted. Self-care is an act of self-respect, and when you make it a priority, you reinforce the belief that you deserve happiness and fulfillment. The way you speak to yourself also has a profound impact on your happiness. Negative self-talk, self-doubt, and harsh self-criticism can rob you of joy and keep you stuck in a cycle of unhappiness. When you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, not successful enough, or not worthy of happiness, you create a mental environment that makes it difficult to feel fulfilled. But when you choose to be kind to yourself, to celebrate your progress, and to recognize your own worth, you create a mindset that fosters happiness. The words you use to speak to yourself shape your reality, and by choosing to speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you build a foundation for lasting joy. Another key to being in control of your happiness is learning to let go of things that do not serve you. Holding on to past mistakes, grudges, regrets, or toxic relationships can weigh you down and prevent you from experiencing true happiness. Letting go does not mean forgetting or pretending that something didn't hurt you. It means choosing to release the emotional burden that keeps you stuck in negativity. Forgiveness, both for yourself and others, is a powerful tool for reclaiming your happiness. When you hold on to resentment, you allow the past to control your present. But when you choose to forgive and move forward, you free yourself from that emotional weight and create space for happiness to thrive. Happiness is also deeply connected to purpose and meaning. When you engage in activities that align with your values and passions, you naturally experience a greater sense of fulfillment. Finding purpose does not necessarily mean having a grand mission or a perfect career. It simply means doing things that bring you joy, contribute to the well-being of others, or allow you to express your true self. When you wake up each day with a sense of purpose, even if it is something small, you create a deeper sense of happiness that goes beyond fleeting pleasures. Purpose gives your life direction, and when you align your actions with your values, you create a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. Another important aspect of taking control of your happiness is learning to be present. Many people spend their lives either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, which prevents them from fully experiencing the present moment. But happiness exists in the now. When you focus too much on the past, you may feel regret or sadness. When you worry too much about the future, you may feel anxiety or fear. But when you learn to appreciate the present moment, to fully engage with what is happening right now, you cultivate a deeper sense of peace and happiness. Mindfulness, meditation, and simply slowing down to appreciate the little moments in life can help you stay present and fully experience the joy that exists in each moment. Taking responsibility for your happiness also means embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Life will always have ups and downs, and difficult times are inevitable. But when you accept that happiness is not about avoiding hardship, but about how you respond to it. You become more resilient. Every challenge has something to teach you, and by adopting a mindset that sees obstacles as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you create a sense of empowerment that contributes to your overall happiness. Resilience allows you to navigate difficult times with grace and strength, knowing that you have the power to overcome adversity and continue creating a fulfilling life. Happiness is not a destination, it is a journey. Many people believe that they will be happy once they reach a certain milestone, once they get the perfect job, find the perfect partner, or achieve financial success. But happiness is not something you arrive at, it is something you cultivate along the way. True happiness is found in the process of living, growing, and experiencing life fully. When you take control of your happiness, you stop waiting for external circumstances to dictate how you feel. You recognize that happiness is something you create every day through your thoughts, actions, and choices. By embracing the belief that you are in control of your happiness, you free yourself from the limitations of external circumstances. You stop seeking happiness outside of yourself and instead cultivate it from within. You take ownership of your emotions, your mindset, and your actions, creating a life that feels rich, fulfilling, and meaningful. The power to be happy has always been within you, and by choosing to nurture it, you open yourself up to a life filled with joy, purpose, and limitless possibilities.